What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to Naked News. I know most of our audiences are from normal society. Under democratic system, people have freedom of speech. But this is something that is almost impossible for Chinese people because most Chinese are living in a society controlled by dictators. And for dictators, if they want to be safe, they have to monitor its people very carefully and 24 hours non-stop. It was because they did so many bad things in the past, so they will be afraid that people will say something bad about them or revenge. That's why monitoring its people is the first thing. And today's topic is Sentinel State. As an 100% Chinese, I'm here to tell you how people or citizens in China were monitored by its government. So the first thing is the ID verification. Not only ID, but also the face. Usually when we do ID verification, and we need to show our face at the same time. For all the China numbers, no matter telephone numbers or cell phone numbers, the China numbers all need to be verified. Even if for visitors or short-term tourists, they come to China just for maybe a week or two. When they get a short-term SIM card, the first thing is to show their face and take a photo of their passport. Or if they cannot do that, their SIM card cannot be activated. So all the numbers need to be verified before being used. It was because for most of the website or apps in China, you will see they will require you to enter a number. If it's a foreign number, then the government will not be able to track what people said. But if it's a China number, then it's 100% verified already. So later on, when the government want to see what people said in the past, then that'll be very easy for them. This is the reason why for most Chinese social media apps, they only accept Chinese people, not because of the ID verification system. Most importantly, if you register with a foreign number, then the government will think the system is not strict enough. It has bugs, because if the government want to trace back and they are not able to, then that company need to be closed. Apart from the ID verification, the second useful tools for dictators is CCTV camera. I'm not sure about the actual data, but according to my research, at least 50%, over 50% of the cameras on this planet were installed in China. These are located everywhere, at least in cities. Maybe in the countryside, we don't have so many cameras, but in the city, according to the experiment done by a BBC journalist, it only takes about 2 or 3 minutes for cops to locate a person as long as the face is recognized. And currently, because the economy is suffering from downturn, and also many young graduates and young people cannot find jobs. That's why the society is getting worse. So the cameras are changed because dictators need new cameras to monitor even more carefully. And now cameras in China are working with higher accuracy and higher efficiency. I guess maybe it only takes about 1 minute for the cops to locate one person. So maybe some of you might ask, what if the face is covered? So how can the cops identify or locate this person? That's a really good question. But you have to know, according to the camera algorithm, they do not only recognize or identify a person by using the face. The body and the gestures were also used in that algorithm. For all of the people, how we walk, how we run, the body gestures were also quite fixed. Unless you change yourself into another person, or your body gesture is just like your own language. So even if the face is covered, they can locate you by using your poses quite easily. I know you have another question. What if my face is covered and I walk and run completely differently than I did in the past? Yes, but people are social human beings, so we do not live alone. More or less, we have connections with other people and also our surroundings. So by using the things around us, it won't be tough for cops to locate you. For example, a driver. When a driver is sitting inside driving his car, if the face is covered and the movement was different from before, then we can see the number of the car. You know, one car number with one driver or one car owner, that would not change. We can always identify that person and to know who the driver is. And also, apart from the things around us, also the route and the people can help us to recognize that person. For example, every day I'm going to the school from my home, then the route is quite fixed. I step out of the door and I take on my bus, then subway, and I walk to the campus. So this is quite fixed. As long as we have the route and we have the time, we have the schedule, then it won't be hard for us to recognize that person unless that person is living in different places almost every day. And even if we're changing our residential places almost every day, here is another tool we can use. That is family members, colleagues, or friends, anybody who is connected with us. For example, a mom, she is a housewife and she is taking her kids to the school every day around 8 a.m. And in the afternoon, she needs to pick the kids up and bring them home around, let's say, 2 or 3 in the afternoon. So as long as we can recognize the kids, then we can recognize their mother. Maybe you already think cameras in China is really useful and strong enough. Yes, for normal people, it's strong enough, but for dictators, these are not enough. There are two bugs of CCTV cameras. Though they can capture all the things and see what people did in the past, however, most of the videos recorded by the cameras were silent, so they didn't know what people said in the past. And also, even if they heard what people have said, they will not know what people are really thinking about in their minds. Remember, freedom of speech is prohibited. That's to say, spiritually, if dictators wants to control a person, that's so difficult. But this is what they are aimed to do. So they will hire some people to monitor the citizens' language, and the dictator will know how people thought. These people in Chinese we call string people. So you can imagine dictators are just like spiders and they have a huge web. On the web, each string, they hired some people and they will report to the dictators. So dictators just need to stay in the center and hear the information from the hired ones. So I'm not sure how many places have string people, but at least I can tell in the following 5 places you will meet string people. Of course, they will not let you know who they are. These places are school, universities, and the state-owned companies, big private companies, and the jail. These 5 places. Of course, there are more, but I'm not sure, so at least 5. So there you will see, for example, university. In each class, or at least each subject, each major, they will have at least 1 or 2 people, usually 1 teacher and 1 student. They will report to the government, usually local government first, and then local government will report to the central government. They will see, okay, today I think this person is trying to challenge the government, and tomorrow I think this person is asking for democracy. So these things will be reported to the government and then to the dictators, because if they think some people could be dangerous to the dictator's safety, even if they didn't break the rules or laws, they would be sent into the cop station, and cops will ask them questions. If they have some evidence, and they will warn this person, if you continue doing so, then you will be put into the jail. Okay, so that is the different ways how dictators monitor its people. I hope you guys enjoyed today's content, and I will see you soon in my next video.